Alright everyone, so the 4.00 update just landed a few hours ago. I played around a little bit and there's not the new live PvP that has arrived. But there's a lot more than live PvP that's arrived. There's been some rework to the Mercenary, Taskmaster, new characters, for the Black Order and all that, and we're going to be talking about it. It's very exciting, especially the live PvP. So much fun, so go ahead and try that out if you haven't yet. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So the 4.00 release notes. Have fun playing with your collection like never before by testing your might in real-time fights versus battle. Challenge your friends in this exciting new way to play that pits your roster against theirs. Square off against another player in a strategic roster draft and then engage in real-time battle. To play from your alliance or contact list in chat, tap a player's name and then tap the versus battle. So it's just as easy as that. You just tap the name in either the contact list or in the alliance chat or something, and then just send a challenge to them, and then they'll get a little notification and they'll have to accept it. It's so fun. I briefly talked about it in my last video with the last update where I linked to it that Valley of Flying had made a video about it together with Cerebro, one of the not game developer but communicators from Fox Next. And yeah, it just looks so fun. The initial is that you get to use your roster, they get to use their roster. It starts off currently it's just draft pick mode, so you start off by first banning 2 of their characters, then the enemy player will ban 2 of your characters. So let's say if you ban Phoenix, the enemy can't use Phoenix, but you can't use Phoenix either. So a lot of the guys go to top tier characters like Black Bolt, Phoenix, Hela, Mr. Sinister and stuff like that. And then you guys pick different teams. Like the player gets a 1 pick, then the next player gets 2 picks, the next player gets 2 picks, and 2 picks for next, 2 picks for the next, and then 1 picks for you last. And now you guys have a full team of 5 each, and then you get 1 last ban. You each get to take 1 character off the enemy team that you don't want. So if you have seen that your enemies have picked a Phoenix, a Fury or something. Like let's say you've picked a Fury, build a complete shield team out of that, you just ban away their Fury. He has to pick something to replace it. Obviously you can take in another shield or something and still have a decent team. But without Fury it's just, you lose so much of it. So it's just so fun because you have to strategize, because if you make a team around one whole character, you can just end up losing everything like that because the player banned it. So it's very interesting, very fun. You should definitely try it out. I played I think 7 matches, I won all of them. It was so fun, definitely fun, check it out. Moving on though. So arriving over the course of this release is the Empowered Thanos. He's gaining a new set of even more powerful abilities during combat. A complete Black Order team will grant Thanos all 6 Infinite Stones in battle, those completing the Infinite Gauntlet and empowering Thanos. So as we've seen, the Black Order has slowly been added to the game. We got Proxima Midnight in our campaign event release. We got Corvus in his Blitz that just recently was, and there's a new Blitz coming in 2 days, I think it is. And then we have Ebony Maw that's supposed to be a legendary release. He's going to require Inhumans, and Black Bolt is going to be one of the required. Other than that, you can use 4 others. And then you have, I'm sorry I don't remember the last one's name, but he's going to be 100 shot. I don't know from the looks of it in game. So yeah, the Empowered Thanos, they have said that it's going to be the new arena meta team. Whether you trust it when they say it or not, but looking at the kits right now, Empowered Thanos just looks so OP. The kits to all the Black Order just look so amazing. So I'm betting it will be a top tier team at least. So you shouldn't overlook them. Definitely try and build a little for them. Get them up a little in gear and level, because they're definitely going to be a top tier team no matter what. Also enhance the squad with 3 new playable characters here. Ebony, Taskmaster and Ironheart. We talked about Taskmaster in the last video. He's right now he's a mercenary villain. He is supposed to be a defensive war team together with all the Merc villains. Ebony Maw, we just talked a little about him. He is a legendary unlock. He's going to be a Black Order. Ironheart, she's been in the game for quite some time now actually. Not as playable, but she's just been in there. If you go into the character inventory, you have Kutsir. She is going to be a power armor, so you can make finally a full power armor team. you know, not relying on either Vision, Captain America or something like that. Now you're going to have 5 full power armor, and she just looks like she's going to make the team even better, and you're probably going to be able to punch up against a lot of new teams. You know, you'll still have to test her out and see, you know, do you require higher red stars, can you use her as she is and all that, but yeah, it definitely looks interesting for the power armors. We also got raid difficult selectors. Quickly adjust difficulty and rewards of Ultimates raid 4, 6 and 7 to match your alliance skill level. Now I haven't come to see too much of that yet, because I think you have to be in the leadership, you know, either a leader or a captain to be able to, you know, change things, so I didn't see too much of it. But I'm guessing it just, you know, it adjusts the difficulty, you know, with red stars, the power levels and all that, and maybe you get a little bit less rewards or something like that, but you know, if it can still be better rewards than the previous tier, you know, it's still worth it. So interesting to see how this will work out. Also, all summon characters have now been updated to benefit from the Summoner's Red Star and Stark Tech boost. So this means that, you know, it's not going to make the summons, you know, all of a sudden very great, but you know, you're going to see a little bit difference in, you know, having a summon with no red stars and no Stark Tech versus having that on them. But it's not going to be too noticeable, I think, but you know, enough that it's a nice difference. We got some ability enhancements for Killmonger, Bullseye, Merc Lieutenant and Merc Riot Guard. Now we're going to talk about that a little bit down here, because they have listed the changes for them. Also assemble a top squad with the limited time cover trait for Masterclass, the event campaign for Taskmaster. So Taskmaster is going to be released through an event campaign, you know, similar to Proxima Midnight, and he's going to require the cover trait. And right now we have that here. This here is the cover trait, as you see. Now you can see here all the characters. There's a lot of pretty decent ones, you know. Not every one of, you probably won't have every one of them, but chances are you have some of them. You know, you can see here you got Falcon, Coulson, you got Red Skull, Fury, you know, top tier characters. You know, a lot of them have them high, like Minerva. I think most people have her at gear 13 just for Dark Dimensions 2. So yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity, and I don't think it will be too hard. And I think most people, if they've been playing for a little while, that they will be able to do a little bit at least. You know, I don't think the event will be too hard. It usually isn't that. So we got some few bug fixes here, and I'm not going to be talking about that too much. I more want to go into here on the characters. Now, it doesn't say this in the patch notes here, but when you go in game, you get an in-game mail saying you got, I think it was 10 more saved squads, no, 5 more saved squad slots or something. I'm sorry, don't quote me on that number, but it said that when you reach level 72, you will get a few more saved squad for a total number of something. So yeah, that's pretty nice of them. One of the highly requested things, probably the most requested out there, is get more saved squad, because we have more squads than we have saved squads. So it will require you to get to 72, kind of like the last saved squad expansion required you to get to level 71 before you could acquire it. But I think most people are at level 72 right now, unless they didn't start for too long ago. So yeah, go enjoy, have some new saved squad. Just want to point that out since it's not included here. So, updated characters. So, this is just the Merc, the villain Mercs that had gotten a little bit of an update. Now you can see here, if I go to not Merc Lieutenant, yeah, right here, you can see that here I have the villain and Mercs. You can see that Sniper, Riot Guard, Lieutenant, Killmonger and Bullseye have all gotten update. As you see here, Coret and Merc Soldier has not gotten update. You know, it's a shame that at least Soldier didn't get one, but it's clear what they want the team to be when they've gotten just those. But so we're going to talk about that quickly. So starting off first, Killmonger. So he's not going to be in the Taskmaster squad, at least not from this, because this update doesn't add anything to it. It kind of more targets him towards being stuck on the Wakandans, and I don't think there's still any reason to take him out. I talked about that in my last video too, that even though he's probably a good character, I don't think is too great to take out of Wakandan teams, because you just lose so much of the Wakandans, because you kind of can't replace him with anybody else. So what it does is it changes his passive a little bit. Now gains 20% chance to counterattack, and now gains 20% chance to counterattack for each Wakandan ally. Basically bringing up to 100% counter chance right now if he's on a Wakandan team. So it pushes him towards a Wakandan team and not the Merc villain team. So first up is Bullseye. That's his passive that has been updated. So his passive, never miss. He now gains 10% accuracy, all allies gain 10% accuracy, and mercenary allies gain plus 10 crit damage, and on war defense assist allies on non-attack abilities. So whenever an ally uses a non-attack, like Merc Lieutenant gives offense speed up, right shield guard, he taunts, Bullseye is going to assist. So that was just that on Bullseye, not anything more, but his kit is still decent, and with Taskmaster 2 it's just even better. And now it's Merc Lieutenant. He's got a little bit more changes to it. So first off is his basic cover fire. So new on that is attack primary target for 290% damage, grant 1 ability energy to a random ally, and grant 1 ability energy to all mercenary villain allies. That is huge. Grant 1 ability energy to each of them. So you're going to grant first to a random and then to each of the Merc villains. So that's essentially just going to be 5 ability energy you're going to redistribute. So this is going to get the Merc villains to take turns like that with their abilities, and it's pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to testing, because this looks like they could be a pretty high-end team with that, because when they can just spam their abilities, it just makes them so good. Also, new on turn, this is his passive squad coherency. New on turn, 40% chance to heal lowest health ally for 25% of this character's max health. So he's a 30% chance to heal lowest health ally for 20% of this character's max health. And then, if ally is mercenary, heal again for 10% of this character's max health. So even more if there's a mercenary. This is a villain, so it can be any mercenaries. And when a mercenary ally drops below 50% max health, fill this character's speed by 40%. Again, all mercenary, not Merc villains, but still it's probably Merc villains you want to go with, as they get all the bonuses on that. But yeah, when they drop below 50% max health, fill this character's speed bar by 40%. That's huge. That means he's just going to take turns left and right, and he's going to be proccing this basically all the time, and yeah, it's going to be great. I'm looking real forward to that, and that the mercenaries have a little bit sustained right now, because they really haven't too much of it. But when he gets to take so many extra turns, hopefully you get to see a little bit more, and this kind of forces us to kill Merc Lieutenant first, just so he would stop doing that. So yeah. And then also new on war defense, more war defense, because as we talk about, this is going to be a war defensive focused team. So you're not going to be able to use them on offense and not much like that. It's going to be like as gardens and such, and you're just going to be slapping down defense, and that'll be it. So on war defense, when an enemy attacks an adjacent ally, he lowers health mercenary ally for 1500 health plus 10% of this character's max health. So, as I understand it, is that when an enemy attacks an adjacent ally, like let's say Quake uses her attack, basic attack, that's going to hit the primary target and the 2 besides the primary target, and that counts as the adjacent ally. So each time any adjacent allies like that get hit, you will heal lowest health mercenary ally for 1500 health and 10% of this max health. So it's interesting. Maybe you don't want to put your tank on the far right or far left anymore, because you can, take advantage of hitting 2 with adjacent. But then you have someone like Wolverine that, when he he doesn't have adjacent attacks. So sorry, completely took it wrong. But yeah, I was thinking if you just hit one, I meant to say if he hits like Thor, when he throws his hammer. I think that one counts as adjacent. He just hits in one direction. So I'm looking forward to see that. if any of these are wrong, you know, please let me know. I forgot to check them before. That's my bad. I will definitely check them afterwards. But if it's wrong information, it's my bad. I'm sorry about that. And we also have Mercenary Riot Guard. He's going to be the main tank of the team. So his passive Riot Suppression new is gain 25% block chance, gain 25% block amount, and on war defense, on turn, apply 1 deflect up to a maximum of 4 to adjacent ally. You know, I tried one team. There were three mercs left. I think there was Bullseye, Lieutenant, and Riot Shield Guard here. You know, it was only those left. They had like 170k power. This was after the update, so it wasn't any Taskmaster or anything on that. But still, I went in with that 200k, you know, random squad, and you know, I kind of had a little trouble because they would just get deflect and all that. And yeah, it was interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then gain 10% block chance per mercenary ally. So in a way, same as Sif is, you know, get extra block chance per Asgardian allies and all that. So it's going to be 40% block chance per mercenary allies, and then you're going to have the 25% block chance, you know, just as his standard passive. So it's going to be 65% block chance. So a lot of block chance from him, and he's have 25% block amount. So he's going to be definitely be a very annoying tank, especially when he has defense up. And then lastly, we have Mercenary Sniper. He has just gotten a single little thing. Counter assist damage increased by 40%. So not much. So for now, that was the 4.0 update. You know, it looks pretty interesting. I just also want to quickly talk about the teams. I talked a little bit about it in my Taskmaster review video. So it's obvious Taskmaster is going to be the primary. You are most likely going to want to have him on the team. Then also you're going to want to have Bullseye and Merc Lieutenants, just because they have their passives and all that. You're obviously going to want a Merc Riot Guard because he's going to tank and he gets extra bonus block chance with each Merc villain. And here's the thing, you know, Korat didn't get any updates. You know, he's still the same old Korat. Nothing too impressive, but nothing too bad. But I still don't think he's going to be on the team. You know, Killmonger, I think he's still going to have a place at the Wakandan team, so no change in that. And here we have Merc, Sniper, and Soldier left. So as we saw here, Sniper only got an counter assist damage increased by 40%. Merc Lieutenant didn't get anything. You know, don't have too much going for them, as we can see here. You know, just some standard damage, and standard damage. You know, he gets extra damage and extra health. And then you have a Sniper here. You know, get some regular damage, some extra damage here, some extra piercing. You know, they're not too great, but I'm not sure who will be best. You know, here you don't have the highest damage here, but here you have a lot higher. Here you don't have as high damage and health as here, so yeah, I'm not sure who's going to be the best, but I'm guessing they kind of want to aim more towards Mercenary Sniper just because they updated him a little bit. But I don't think any of them are too overly good, but I think maybe just Sniper purely because he's got the extra damage here on 3 cooldown versus the low damage here on him. So yeah, that's my opinion on it at least. So, you know, tell me, what do you think? Do you think the new mercenary villains looks fun? Do you think the changes are enough? Do you want to see more changes to them? You know, tell me what you think of the live PvP. You know, you should definitely check it out. It's the most fun I've ever had in a game. So yeah, please let me know what you think of that down in the comments below. And that's the 4.00 release notes for now. You know, there's probably going to be another update soon. I'm going to make a video on that. So if you're interested in seeing more videos on that from me, please feel free to subscribe and like my videos if you enjoyed it and want to see more. Also follow me on Twitch at REWORK66. I stream there frequently. I just did a live PvP stream when that went live, and I did about 7 battles there and won all of them. That was pretty fun, so we tested that out there. So follow me on twitch.tv/REWORK66 if you want to see me live stream ever. Also follow me on Twitter on @REWORK66 to get updates when I post videos or go live on Twitch and all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and see you in the next video.